Okay, should we bring?
I can actually get into this.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, let's talk about the last episode of Kamen Rider Fourze.
Wait, Fourze is over?
No, I'm in O's!
But it just started! They left on so many cliffhangers! So many plot...
There was episode
they
1.
left undeveloped.
There was episode 1, and then there was episode 48. We got nothing in between.
This is messed up.
They sound too close together. They sound too similar. I'm sorry. Anywho, we're gonna talk about the last episode of Kamen Rider O's now. One word: epic. Just great way to leave off.
I think I have to completely agree.
I was not the happiest camper when Ankh died.
I don't think anybody was.
I'm just happy they had the balls to do it and not bring it back, unlike Double. I'm sorry, I love Double with all my heart, but fuck them.
Philip
Why-
is too cool to kill off.
But you know what? They could have done what they're obviously going to do with Ankh. Bring him back in a movie, and it all will be fine. I feel like the show should have their own ending, and an ending with Philip's death. I won't lie, I cried a little. When Philip died, I was in tears, and I'm like, this is the best ending ever! And then I realized there was one more episode on my queue. I'm like, ah! They're bringing him back! I know they're doing it, and they did. And that's why I say the ending of O's is
So much better.
is superior to Double's ending. I think it actually had the cojones, as you may speak, to actually kill off a character like that, and it did leave a really good impact on it. Ankh's my favorite character throughout the entire O's. He was my main reason why I watched it. Edgy's cool now, and I do like Date, but Ankh was my main reason. And which is like the really first time I really felt for a character that's not a writer.
Also, he was he was also very mean and insensitive, and it's
It's also the fact you never know what he was going to do. He was evil, but we'd never seen him work with him. You're just hoping that he would. And then when he finally did get around to betraying him, it really did leave an impact on you. And the fact of seeing him also realizing how much interacting with Edgy and all the group and being in Shingo's body gave him more of a human soul, and just made him living off on the fact that just that ending words with him, just saying, now I know how it feels like to be human, to die, and knowing that everybody cares about me. That right there left
yeah.
really big impact.
The fact that he didn't have to necessarily be human. He explained, like, being human, I want to just be able to live. I just want life, that's all, because greeds are not our objects. We are the desires of everybody. We're the desires of everybody. Therefore, they'd have no life of their own.
And so when he died, he got to know what life was.
That was some that was real, like you said, ballsy move on their part, and they pulled it off perfectly.
And they left a little hope at the end, having the two medals, which obviously it gives you hope, but I think it also leaves the show off on a good point, and having a cop out like bringing it back for obviously when you think, oh, they want the actor back, but saving it for another time. That for like when they do their crossover movies, that's the only reason why they brought back Philip, was because, hey, we need to save this guy. I'm just glad they're doing it for outside of the show, so the show leaves up on such a strong point.
Yeah, that and the movie might not necessarily be continuity to the show.
No, they never are. Not really. Unless they're like one of the ones that are like taped with twice. Can't talk. In between episodes, like the A to Z double film, for example, or that upcoming O's movie that takes place in the Shogun era.
The O's Fourze movie.
The show.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I loved it, actually.
Yeah.
You have to admit, though, Ankh calling out the medals when Edgy used him in the driver, that was cool. And in the battle between Tajidol and Dr. Maki.
Again, agreed. Completely 100% agreed. Just the fact is, yes, replacing the voice with Ankh's, calling out the medals, and it's like they were fighting as one. Just, like you said, it just built up the strong.
I think the best part was when he inserted the cracked metal, and you see the cracked metal is going to work, but you're like, oh, how long is it going to last? That's the main question I had on my mind. How long is this form going to last now that it's broken? So I'm like, it's on a timer now.
It's like Edgy runs his scanner over the metal and immediately cracks. Ah, damn it!
Shit, I broke it. Oh, I need a new one. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Derp.
You derped it up. It's all your fault. We're gonna die now.
And it was nice to see the what was it? The Giga Scanner. I forget what the actual name of the weapon is.
Giga Scan.
I call it the Kamen Rider Waffle Line.
But it was
Does
nice
leave
to
an
see
impact.
that in its full power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, seeing all those medals at once, especially the purple medals of all things, was epic at Final Attack. And seeing Ankh also getting into the fray.
Okay, I'm changing my answer before. It's a tie. My favorite Kamen Rider sound effect is a tie between Fourze and the Giga Scan from Tokusatsu.
The waffle line.
Yeah.
From the Waffle Iron.
Kamen Rider Waffle Iron.
Let me refresh you up a fresh batch of Kamen Rider waffles, if you listen. Shaped like little
Careful
pencils.
though. Careful though. If you leave it in there too long, the waffle is gonna attack you when it comes out.
Oh, your greed.
Exactly. Anyway, moving on from O's to the brand new Kamen Rider Fourze.
Fourze, as some people call it.
Either way.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Anywho, thoughts on the first episode?
I hate the opening theme. Okay, I don't hate it. I just don't like it.
I watched the first episode raw before I watched it with subs, and when I watched it raw, I loved the opening theme. But then when you actually throw the subs on there and see what they're actually saying, like, I eat a hamburger every day because I'm hungry, you know.
School life, man! School life!
It's High School Musical without the music.
I thought it was just too fast a pace. It's too hard to get into because it goes by so quick. It's not. I don't mind like a faster paced song. O's is a fine example of a faster paced than the usual.
Yeah.
But it's like this is like decided to do that, pump it on steroids and adrenaline, and just kept going. I couldn't understand the words. It's hard to sing along. It's not. It's really hard to get into.
See, for me, I usually don't like the opening theme song the first time I hear it. I have to. It's kind of got to be pounded into my head for like 10 episodes before I can be like, oh, okay, I can listen to this.
I can understand that. It happens to me sometimes. Like with Deno, it took me a while for that one.
Yeah, that definitely took some time to get used to. O's was probably one that I didn't need. I didn't need it like 100 times. I just had to listen to it once, and I fell in love with it. This one, yeah, this one. Like Zach said, it's really hard to get into it.
Can't get pumped up, man. I can't get pumped up.
Yeah,
I feel like just eating an hamburger.
At least, like going
Fat, man.
Yeah, like going back to O's, like before the theme song even starts, you hear the epic drumming, and it's like, oh, it's gonna start now. It's gonna start. And for this, it's just like space, the final frontier. I'm quoting Star Trek now, so shut up. It doesn't feel as epic. I mean, I know it's supposed to be space, it's supposed to be epic, but it just doesn't feel epic.
And it's just such as like, it feels like they want to show you so much during like visual wise. It's just like lots of quick shots.
I think,
and it's hard to keep track of everything that's going on. You know, they really want to shove everything in, including all the side casts and all
yeah.
the different types of people, the partiers, the jock. Oh. I'll definitely get into that in a few, but it's just really fast-paced. It's hard to keep track of anything that's going on.
I think my favorite thing in the opening was where they show a close-up on that creepy girl who has the number 3 switch.
That girl. Again, when we go into the episode more, that will definitely come up.
That's no shit right there. Ugh. Anywho, we're focusing on the opening. Let's talk about the actual episode.
Right. Well, I watched a little bit raw, like Light did, but I just skipped around. Like I only watched the opening, and I didn't even like it then. And then when I saw the subs, I didn't even like it even more. But and then I watched the battle, and one thing is saying to say, despite despite how much to make fun of the main character for his haircut, I really like the most part. Him and his fucking maxi haircut from Soul Calibur. God damn it.
Once it's seen, it cannot be unseen.
He will bust out a pair of nunchucks and whip your ass.
Go back to Soul Calibur!
I like him though for the most part. Besides his really terrible haircut and his bad fashion sense, having a
I feel like his hair has a mind of its own. I really just thought.
So I'm liking the main character. It's different from the previous. It's very similar to the previous one, where it has the energetic main character, and as for Psychics goes, girls, actually I'm liking more than Hina. Was that her name for the O's? I don't care. I didn't care for her. Hina really served no purpose in that show, in my opinion. She was there so you can have a connection to Shingo. But this one I felt like had more purpose. She knows what she's doing. She knows a lot about the belt and such and how she's getting. Which leads to me to think that, like, I never really tend to like who don't know what the hell they're doing. I always want to see, like, it's their warrior spirit taking over and they just know what to do. And then all of a sudden you have this pretty girl explaining them, you gotta do it like this, pull the lever and make a little pose like this, and then lift your hand up in the air. It's like, oh, come on, man.
Don't Sailor Moon my Kamen Rider.
It's like, come on, can you do it on your own? You don't need someone to explain it to you. But and learning the process how it's a goofy battle. But I'm hoping after this they kind of get rid of that aspect. But the battle was really cool. I like the tension transformation. Actually, part I kind of liked a lot was how Power Rangers feeling it is, actually, because Koichi Sakamoto's directing.
Oh, you got that feeling
Power
too?
Rangers feeling. Yeah, it has this Power Rangers feel to it. The colors, the way people are dressed, the way it's shot, even the fight scene in the cafeteria, everything has this like Power Rangers feeling to it, and you could definitely tell it was Koichi Sakamoto directing it for sure, because it just has that feeling. I also like the fact that it's like, I know they're trying to make it seem like old school life, but like they're taking it to like, I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or by accident, but I want to believe it's on purpose because it makes me laugh thinking that they're taking like this whole school, different cliques scenario and pushing it to like the extreme, where like the different groups are like really parodizations. Like the jocks are like, nothing there but just stretching and pulling on the little muscle thing the entire time. The little creepy goth girl just watching from the other side and just staring.
I don't even know. I think, was she part of like the nerd group? Because they said like, you know, there's a group of people that everybody belongs
like the
to.
Freaks, and like I think she was like the goth punk group actually.
She's from like the rejected Death Note cast from the live action version.
She was tried out for Misa and just didn't get the role. But
sorry.
I think the funniest moments I had was like, I think we were talking, I was watching with my friend Craig, we were watching the first episode together, and then it showed that one guy who was from the party group, who had like the things in his hair, and he was like talking, and all of a sudden, we're watching it, and he's like making comments as they're fighting, right? And all of a sudden Craig just looks at me, he's like, that's a dude?
That character actually reminded me of Deno.
He looked like someone from Deno.
He reminded me of the guy who danced all the time. I forgot his name.
Ryutaros.
Yeah, Ryutaros. Just the dancer.
Yeah, the little creepy, hyper, dance around, little goofy, kind of childish looking. But he's like, and I feel I knew it was a guy at first. I kind of thought he was like, wow, that guy's a homosexual. Because he's girly outfit, he's hanging out with nothing but chicks. That he's trying to get it in. Anyway.
He's part of the player group. They said he's a player, so I guess
that was the party.
Oh, the party group? Oh,
Players.
I read player. Oh shit, I need to read it again.
Like the players. Well, those girls are players. Players. Let them play me. Anyway. The party group. I like the little over-parodiization, the parody of like school life and stuff, and taking it to the extreme. Even down to the fact that like, I kind of found it confusing because then there was like the football team and then the jocks were like separate. I don't know. It was a little weird. But I like how they chose to beat up the kid instead of like using their fists or anything. He decides to ram him just to prove it's like, I'm a football player. Look, bam!
It's fighting style football.